Zach Mettenberger, what's going on, my friend?
Oh, what's up, Gus Edwards?
I'm a little down today. I decided to put my body through 2 days of hell, and I know people who are listening and have done this before are going to talk shit, but suck my nuts. I am on day two of a juicing cleanse, and
Ugh.
I don't know if you know what that is, but pretty much,
I mean, I know what it is from like commercials. I
yeah.
don't know what it is from experience. There's no way that I'm going to do that.
So this is the third one I've done ever. First one I did as a 3 day. It wasn't too bad. The next time I did it was probably a couple months later. I did a 5 day, 5 or 6 day, and like by day six, I wanted to kill somebody. Um, and this time I was all hyped up for it, and I was gonna do a 3 day, but like after making all of it the first night, I'm like, I only want to do 2 days of this shit. Yeah, I don't buy
So
it.
I was going to say, not only do you punish yourself by not eating actual food, you actually make the poison yourself?
Yes, and
Oh,
I made a mistake, and so I'm not a fan of beets. And
I don't think beets are fans of beets.
yesterday proved the fact on why I'm not. So I tried a recipe with beets within the juice
Yeah.
and did it. First off, tastes like dirt the whole time. Smelled like dirt. Even had like little grits of dirt in my teeth, I think. But the aftermath made me almost call my doctor because
Oh God.
I thought blood was all in the toilet. And I had to take a second look and go, oh yeah, the beets.
Yeah, see,
But
like that's something that I'll never experience. There's no way that I could go an entire day. I probably couldn't go like 6 hours without eating food. I don't
well,
know how people do that stuff.
I'll tell you this. There's a huge myth as far as, well, if you go on a juicing cleanse, you're just going to be shitting the entire time. That is not true. Okay.
Okay.
Um, you, I only went 7 times yesterday. All right. No,
Well, that's like one off the normal, so we're good.
right. No, it's honestly, it's all a head game, right? It's not that bad. It's supposed to cleanse your body of the toxins and this and that, No.
That's
I'm
a
going to
lie.
have a cheeseburger probably tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've got reservations for a cheeseburger in like 2 hours. So
Where's your
that's
go-to cheeseburger spot?
go to cheeseburger spot. Well, I mean, like around here,
What?
Whataburger.
Yes.
I mean, so I don't know if you have this issue, but at my house, um, we always run into, um, let's start here. When I go to a drive-through, I already know what I'm ordering,
Right.
right? Like, I didn't go to Whataburger because I wanted to see what was on the menu, and I wanted something to like intrigue me. I knew I was going to Whataburger, or I knew I was getting a hamburger the moment I picked Whataburger,
Hmm.
right? Like, same thing. If the kids want to go to McDonald's, I already know triple cheeseburger, hot and spicy, done, right? So like, if I go to uh, where else? Chick-fil-A, I already know I'm either getting the spicy deluxe or I'm getting strips. That's it. Like it's already just made up. But for whatever reason, anytime we go to these places with the wife, I pull up to the little box, and they're like, "Can I take your order?" And like, Lindy's like, "Oh, hey, give me a minute. Can we just look at the menu?" And I'm like, "Babe,
How do you not know what's on here?
the menu at McDonald's hasn't changed in 30 fucking years. Like, what are you doing? What could you possibly? Well, I don't know what I want. How do you not know? You're either
You,
getting a cheeseburger, you're getting a chicken sandwich, or you're getting chicken nuggets. There's nothing in between.
I'll say the only place that changes for me is probably Taco Bell because of the fact that their menu constantly changes. And like at one
That's true. I
one
can
week,
go with that.
I'll want, say, a grilled stuffed burrito, and then I'll go and they're, oh yeah, we don't have that anymore. What the fuck? Why would
Well,
you
and
change that?
right, but that's more of, hey, I already knew what I wanted, and when I got there, Taco Bell changed their mind and said, "Oh, we don't serve that anymore,"
Right.
which is stupid, by the way. Um, and just on a little caveat here, I've been reading a lot of people mad because I guess a month ago they got rid of the Mexican pizza at Taco Bell. Just full disclosure, if you were going to Taco Bell and eating a Mexican pizza, you're doing Taco Bell wrong. That is the most awful abomination that Taco Bell ever came up with, they ever created. It's garbage food. Don't eat that crap. Right? It's right up there with the Crunchwrap Supreme. If you're eating that, you're not doing Taco Bell right. That's not what you're supposed to be getting.
Are you a gordita guy?
Of course.
A cheesy gordita guy?
No, that's an abomination. I don't
What?
like that. Yeah, the one with like the cheese baked into the bread. No, I don't.
No. I'm talking about the one that has like the taco shell and the cheese on the outside of the taco shell and then the gordita bread.
Oh yeah, no, that one's good.
Yes,
I like that one.
Were you
for me, as long as you're like sprinkling cheese on it and melting it, probably a good thing.
Can I get a order of cheese with a side of cheese with melted cheese on top of the cheese?
Yes, and then just sprinkle some of that fake meat somewhere in between there.
Were you a fan of the Doritos tacos?
Of course.
Ranch or both of them?
Both at the same time.
See, out of the bag, I like the Cool Ranch better than nacho cheese. But when it came to that, the nacho cheese was hands down better than the Cool Ranch.
I think they both hold their own. You know what I think would have been really good? I'm a big fan of the double decker taco.
Oh.
They don't make that anymore. But if you ask really nicely every once in a while, like the little high school kid will make that for you. But I want a double decker taco with like a Dorito taco in the middle.
I'm gonna pull something straight out of my ass right now, and this is live. This is not scripted or anything like that. With us talking about food, how about we give away a $25 gift card to somebody for their choice of a fast food place? All they got to do is share this episode.
Sounds great to me.
You down with that?
I'm down.
All right, so y'all listening.
$5 to Fat Kid Land.
Fat Kid Land.
Our episode.
Let's fucking do it. First giveaway.
Yeah, sounds great.
Got to start somewhere.
How are we gonna know if they share it? Because what if they share it from YouTube?
Okay, so share it and comment on our most recent Facebook post that you shared it and tag whoever you shared it to.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work.
I think that's simple enough, right?
Yeah, good enough for me.
So our production manager is going to have to work extra hard to get this video out today.
Yes.
So, man, that kind of got me a little pumped.
Hell yeah, dude, I'm ready.
You ready to do this?
Let's start it.
Let's go.
Woo!
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Two Wannabe Athletes Talk Sports. I'm Ed.
I'm Zach.
And welcome back, assholes.
Here we are. What's going on, bitches?
It's a beautiful, ugly, rainy day here in Texas, in our parts. But you know what? Fuck it, the show must go on.
Always.
Oh, you had some interesting stuff to bring up today, sir. Why don't you get us rolling?
So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into it. This whole Chicago White Sox old man Tony La Russa shit, I think it's just finally pissed me off enough where I want to talk about it.
Okay.
So a little background, I'm sure most people probably know, but so Yermin Mercedes, he hit a home run on a 3-0 pitch. And most people are like, oh, yeah, 3-0, you know you're getting a fastball, you should be swinging. Yeah, the problem is that it was a 47-mile-an-hour fastball off of a position player because his team was winning, I think 14-4 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. So apparently that's like shame. You're not supposed to do that. But I don't know. The Yermin Mercedes guy, he hasn't really been in the majors that long. He's technically a rookie. He's been in the minor leagues for 8 or 10 years. So this is his first time in the big show. So he's showing out. Like I don't have a problem with him hitting. But of course, ESPN went back and because Tony La Russa is one of their guys. So
absolutely,
ESPN went back into history and found out that his home run was the first time in 20 years that a player swung on a 3-0 count when his team had a lead of 10 or more runs in like the 6th inning or later.
All right.
So technically, for the baseball purists, you're not supposed to swing the bat there. You know what? If it was me, I'm swinging the bat. If I can hit one out at 3-0, I'm gonna fucking do it.
See, here's the problem I have with baseball is just the fact that these unwritten rules and like if you're up 20-0, you shouldn't be going yard or anything like that. You're playing a fucking game for a reason, right? Like if you're gonna hit home runs, hit home runs.
Exactly. Drop bombs, dude. I don't care. I think if you have that ability, the game is for the fans,
Absolutely.
right? And if you're demolishing a team, like it's fun for everybody. I mean, even the players involved, they know playing 162 games a year, there's going to be a game where they get their jocks rocked. It's going to happen.
Yep.
There's going to be one game where your pitcher doesn't have it, or somebody makes a bunch of errors, and the other team just gets up a lot. It happens. And in those instances, you just have to realize, hey, you know what? We didn't have it today. We'll get it tomorrow. And this whole idea of, well, there's not a run rule, but we're going to take it easy on guys once we get to a certain. No. F all that. Because how quickly have we seen it where one team scores 9 runs in an inning, they're back in the game?
You've gotten up to the professional level for a certain reason.
Yeah, be a professional.
At no point in time during any type of professional experience, whether it be sports or business or anything, are you taught, hey, when you got your opponents down, let's just go ahead and just like, be, oh, sorry, back up a little bit. No, fucking
I don't want to hurt your feelings.
beat their asses into the ground is what everybody's always taught, right?
Right. So after the baseball game, they do the press conference with the managers and all that. And Tony La Russa basically threw his player under the bus. He said that he's like, I know the Twins knew that I was upset during the game, and I made sure to let everyone know that I was upset. Yerman made a big mistake, but he's just a clueless rookie, but he has a clue now. He'll have to deal with the consequences within our family.
Are you kidding me?
I was like, who the fuck are you? Are you the Godfather? Did I miss the anointment? Like, what the hell are you talking about? And so I'm just shocked that there's a manager in Major League Baseball. I mean, granted, he's like 100 fucking years old, but before this, I had like probably the utmost respect for Tony La Russa as a manager. I mean, he was a manager for the Cardinals for all those years that kicked the shit out of the Astros, and it really. I hated it, but it was like a Bill Belichick type thing. Like he beat your team, but it's because he was really good at what he was doing. But now it's kind of like, I think he's just out of touch with the game now.
And that's probably what it is, because if I remember correctly, right after he left St. Louis, he went on little retirement, didn't he?
Yeah, for a little while.
And so now he's coming back to a game that has changed. Baseball's status as far as players and the attitude changes yearly, in my opinion. And with the amount of young guys that have come into the league, he comes in, he still thinks that the old way mentality is still there, and it's not. He needs to take a hold of what's going on. Don't beat up your player for doing something like that. He got your team another point, right?
Right.
Another run, excuse me.
Yeah.
Don't dog him for that, because now when it comes time for a clutch situation, what's not to say he says fuck you and doesn't do what he's supposed to, right?
I mean,
granted, I don't think he would, but
right, I'm with you. I don't think he would either. But I mean, players play.
Absolutely.
And, like the whole politicalness, of like you can't do this or you can't do that or whatever. Like that's on the manager. But I kind of feel like regardless of what happens, you're the captain of the ship. If the ship starts sinking, you got to go down with the ship.
Absolutely.
As soon as you start pointing fingers and trying to separate yourself from the club, I think that's a really bad look. And I think he's going to end up losing the clubhouse. Like, I don't know if I would want to play for a manager that was going to throw me under the bus for some BS rule that's not even written.
Well, let's take it this way. Let's say you're a young player like Luis Roberts.
Okay.
On the same team playing for La Russa. La Russa has a history of being one of the greatest coaches in MLB history.
Right, no doubt.
Do you just let this one fall off the shoulder and keep grinding on and wait for the next mistake for him to make? Or do you go ahead and take this one to heart and be like, yo, dude, that's uncalled for?
Well, So full disclosure, most of Yerman Mercedes's teammates
Yeah.
have come out on Twitter in support of what he did, and basically told LaRussa to take a hike.
Really?
Yeah, and so I feel like that is, I mean, basically that's answering your question there. The younger players, they just basically said they didn't care. Do you, man? And if there's like consequences that are going to come from the Twins or whatever, or another team, then, F it, we'll stand together and we'll face them,
Yep.
So, I mean, hell, even Yerman Mercedes came out and said, look, I'm going to play like that. I'm Yerman. I can't be another person, because if I do that, everything changes.
Good for
And
him.
I'm behind that. Now, one person that I guess in Major League Baseball that has decided he's gonna comment on everything controversial just to make sure that his ass is out like in front of a camera,
Right.
is our good friend. His real name is Trevor, but I call him Tyler Bauer.
Ugh.
Tyler Bauer said basically, "Oh, if you're mad or you're butthurt about somebody swinging at 3-0, then get out of the game. You don't belong here anymore. The game has changed."
He's not wrong.
And he said, and if you don't like it, you don't like somebody hitting a bomb on you 3-0, get better.
Yeah.
And like, I hate Tyler Bauer. I hate him. But he's fucking right here.
And that's twice we've given him props this season so far.
Yeah,
And damn it, dude, don't do it. Don't.
Right. Like, I mean, I'm with him. Like, he's making the correct comment. He is saying the right things. Play baseball. Just go and play the game. What the hell?
At the end of the day, across the board on all sports, like, you want to cry about something within the game. If it's within the rules, if they're allowed to do it, throw your unwritten rule book out the fucking window, because like we're at a new era now to where these kids that are up and coming don't know what that unwritten rule is. Shit. It's just like last year. Was it last year with Tatis when he cranked the home run when they were up like 10-0 or something like that, and people were outraged that he would do that. Like, he's playing the fucking game. He's having fun. Let him play.
Right. And like, I mean, you think if like a pitcher comes in the ninth inning and his team is losing by like 10 or 15 runs, you think if he strikes out a batter, you don't think he wants that on his record?
Yep.
100% he does. He wants those strikeouts because, hell, most of these guys are on like incentivized contracts.
Yep.
So, like, some guys, if they make the All-Star team, they're going to get a bonus. And so you don't think if he hits another home run that's going to help him get more All-Star votes? 100%. Why wouldn't he do that?
I hope he does it again this season. I hope another 3-0 count comes up and he's throwing a gimme ball and he just goes yard on it.
I mean, that's the only thing that would make this story better.
Oh,
is if he did it again. Well, but transitioning, I guess, more baseball. There's going to be a new documentary series coming up from ESPN. They just did the one, I guess, last year about Michael Jordan.
The Last Dance.
Yeah, The Last Dance. It was like 9 or 10 episodes, and it was like
beautiful
behind the scenes Jordan pictures and videos and like discussions, and it kind of let you into like how competitive that motherfucker was, and like
that. To me, I don't know if you watched it, but yeah, that put to me, like, I already had MJ up there,
yeah,
but his determination, his drive, and how he motivated the players around him, like how he got Dennis Rodman to change,
yeah,
like, is phenomenal.
Well, it's crazy. Like, everybody always talks about, the greatest players of all time and blah blah blah, and how, in the moment of like trial or whatever, they want the ball in their hands and all that kind of stuff. But in actuality, like, they're just badass all the way around, right?
Yes.
Like, not only did he want to make himself better, right, by like getting better with jump shots and getting better with dribbling and practicing and all that kind of stuff, but he forced the other people to be accountable around him, like to take charge of their own shit, And yeah, anyway, so being led into the behind the scenes person of Jordan. Now they're going to do a very similar approach to Mr. Derek Jeter.
What?
Yeah, so I know we talked about Derek Jeter yesterday, and it was just kind of like off the cuff happenstance. Like, we didn't really plan that, but today I'm bringing it up intentionally because we already talked about the
Infamous
personal
gift baskets.
yeah, his gift baskets with his autographed baseball and his personal driver to take the girls home. So now they're going to do a documentary on him, and they're going to call it The Captain.
Dude.
And they're going to bring it. They're going to bring it like behind the scenes and talk about all kinds of stuff that that we didn't get to see, but we kind of heard about. So it's supposed to be a 6-part series, and it airs in 2022. But I am gonna record every episode, and
I've got to wait a whole fucking year for this to come
Well,
out.
I mean, hopefully they put it out in January, so you got to wait, 9 months.
And then they're going to do this shit to where they don't put out all the episodes at once, and I got to wait each and every week. And
exactly, that's how they do it. It's ESPN.
Miserable.
They got to make sure the mouse gets paid, buddy.
I'm wondering if we're going to have any of the women's step up and talk.
I guarantee they're going to talk about it.
They've got to.
They have to. That's part of The Captain. That's what he did.
Oh my goodness. Now I wonder if this is going to show some behind the scenes stuff of like players doing steroids and shit.
I doubt that would happen because
the conversation has to be brought up, right?
Well, I mean, they have to talk about it. I mean, it was prevalent when he was there.
But we also know that Major League Baseball is going to make it to where they protect the Yankees.
Well, I mean, not only that, but I don't think Derek Jeter is going to let any of his peers be shown in a bad light.
But we've seen it in the past with directors and film editors to where if they see like in the clubhouse video camera going off and there's something going on in the background that wasn't supposed to be on there, they may tell Jeter's team and MLB, oh yeah, we're not going to show that. But then they fucking show it on there. And then
that's pretty shady. But yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know exactly. Obviously, it hasn't aired yet, so I haven't seen it. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like Derek Jeter is very private, so he's not going to let a lot of things come out. But I don't know. I hope that they let us in on like all the insights of the Captain. I don't know. Like, I'm very interested to find out what's going to happen, like behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff.
I think it's going to be pretty good. Right after I watched The Last Dance and was filming through ESPN Plus and saw their other, if you will, 30 for 30 specials.
Yeah.
And watched the Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire one. Have you seen that one?
No.
That one is it pulls on you a little bit because of the fact, like, for speaking for both of us, we grew up watching them too. And we got to see the home run race like many others did, and how exciting that was. But just to see how truthful McGwire was, but Sammy Sosa was still holding his guns.
Yeah.
It was a little heartbreaking. But I bring all that up to ask you, what other special like this, like The Last Dance or The Captain that's coming up, who would you want to see?
John Elway.
John Elway.
Yeah. I want to go back to the draft. when he got drafted, well, before the draft, when they were asking him questions and stuff. Well, really there's two people, but
okay.
I want to go back to, hey, they said they were going to draft you number 1 overall, and you told them don't do it because if you do, I'm going to go play baseball. Like, I want to know who told him to do that. I want to know if he ever really was planning on playing baseball. Because I don't know, to me, that's like the one shady thing in his whole career, but it happened when he was a college kid, right? So I'd like to know if somebody directed him that way, if it was his agent, or if he was just like a cocky son of a bitch and that's what he wanted to do, or if he regrets it now. Like maybe he should have just played it like closer to the vest, or maybe he should have just played. Like, what does he think would have happened had he played in Baltimore, right? Would the Colts have ever left Baltimore and gone to Indianapolis?
Yes.
Like, would any of that have happened? I don't know, right? What if the Baltimore Colts had made it to the Super Bowl in the 80s? You know, like would things have been different? I don't know. It's just like a lot of things to talk about. But then the other one that I would want would be Deion Sanders.
I think a football one's gonna have to be next, right? Just for
Yeah.
the
So
fact.
I mean, I'm fine with going with Deion Sanders because back when he came out of college, like he was prime time. Like,
So
man, that was
with the two that we've seen so far, Michael Jordan, hands down, top tier basketball player of all time,
right.
and now we're getting Derek Jeter, top tier baseball player of all time.
No.
Well, to some.
Okay.
Who would you say the football one would be? Are you putting
Well,
Dion on that? I mean, I know you're biased towards John Elway. We hear it
well,
at
I mean, yeah, like,
the
but I'm saying like if we look nationwide, you know who it has to be.
who?
TB12.
Yeah, but there's not a story. There's not a story to give up right now because of the fact he's still playing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, so how long has Jordan been retired though? Like 20
Since
years?
'03, I think.
Okay. And how long has Jeter been retired? Like 6 years or 7 years?
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, so Elway's been retired for a while. Deion's been retired for a while, but Tom Brady hasn't retired. So you got to wait 5 years when he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, and then you do a story about him.
I could probably see them coming back and doing the most epic and most beautiful Kobe Bryant story ever. I think with
Yeah,
how his
Kobe would be a big one.
I think that one would be pretty monster. Um, I'm gonna go a little nerdy on you,
Okay, I'm following
um,
you.
and by nerdy I don't mean like Star Wars superhero shit. Um,
Did you say Star Wars?
yeah. So I read a book
Oh
not
my
too long.
God! Write it
Yeah,
down.
I know. Me reading. Um, I get where is it? Where is it?
Excuse us, we're not prepared for our show that we knew was happening.
It's called Relentless.
There you go.
If anybody's read it, it's by Tim S. Grover. Um, it's pretty much the guy who helped train and rehab Kobe at times in his career. And just listening to him retract or bring up the words that Kobe would say in his drive and like that Mamba mentality. Um, an amazing book, and it does nothing but gets you motivated for life and makes you really looking within yourself to figure out what can I do, what can I do better, what do I need to be stronger at. Um, that's my small little plug for right now. But yes,
Wow. No, like that's I was making fun of you for not being prepared, like as a joke. And
right.
then you come up with this like profound, like life-changing advice book. And I'm like, no, I feel like a dick.
Well, no, you're good. I'm actually like bringing this back up again. I'm probably going to read it again. It's that good.
Okay.
And normally I don't read books twice. I mean, Where's Waldo? I'll hit that one probably about 3 or 4 times a day. But
I still
outside
haven't
of
got through the first one that you gave me. I sit on the toilet with it, and I'm like, I can't find this motherfucker ever. And like I do like the magic eye trick to try to see if he's behind
yes,
him. I can't find him.
I was about to
I
say,
hate those books.
do kids even these days know about Magic Eye?
No, because they all have iPods and fucking PlayStation 5 or whatever the hell.
Damn hula hoops and
I'm with
Pac-Man
you.
video games.
I'm still to the point where like I want a PlayStation 5, but I refuse to pay more than $500.
Right, and I have a PlayStation 4 downstairs, and every time I'm off, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sit down and play for a little bit. I don't. I don't know if I got burned out on it or because, yeah, I don't know.
I'm with you. I mean, I get more joy like playing with my son on it. Like we'll
Yeah,
play Madden against each other. Now he's on this kick where he wants us to be on the same team.
yeah, I don't do
So
that.
like I'll just like hand off to him or I'll throw the ball to like whatever wide receiver he is. But like that's kind of the joy I get out of it. Every once in a while I'll play like the older games. Like I'll play Fallout 4 or I'll play Red Dead Redemption 2. And like I've already beaten the game, right? So I already kind of know like what to do. So I just run around like in the world and just kind of grab stuff or blow stuff up or whatever. But
The Fallout games scare the fuck out of me.
really?
Yeah, because like I would do that too, where you just start running around and all of a sudden, up, you're getting eaten by this weird lava monster bullshit.
Yeah, like shit pops out of the ground.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I just like driving around and finding stuff in the game that wasn't like it was obviously intended to be there, but it's not really part of the story. You
right.
know, like discovering all these random like buildings and going through them. I don't know. I just kind of like doing all that kind of stuff.
I used to do that with GTA 5. Just
Yeah,
roll
I
around.
got burned out on that game real quick.
There, dude, that game is still going strong
Well,
online.
because they're still playing online,
It's
which is something that I
bonkers.
never got into.
It once you start rolling on the online, and if you get a good crew with you, it can actually be pretty fun.
Right? Yeah, you have to have people play with you. If you
Right.
go play by yourself, people just destroy you and take all your stuff.
Absolutely.
It's garbage. I hate it. Same thing with that's why I don't play online anymore because I don't like playing Call of Duty because I feel like I play Call of Duty with all these 9-year-olds and I've gotten tired of being cursed out by 9-year-olds that just snipe me from wherever the fuck they are.
It's a different game now. I mean, you've got a lot more people our age that are playing on there, and Call of Duty has changed it to where you can't have like the open lobby cuss fest that used to be what when we were growing up.
Yeah, what's funny is like I've never heard so many 9-year-olds say the N word on there. I'm like, how old? Where are your fucking parents, man? Like, I'm
Fuck
gonna
you,
call your mom
motherfucker.
right now and tell her what you're saying.
Bitch, I'm about to come over there and be your new stepdad.
Yeah, yeah. Give me 6 weeks and you be calling me daddy, motherfucker. Oh, anyway. So speaking of calling you daddy,
Okay.
I have another baseball item to talk about, which I know this is a lot of baseball today, but so far we are now on May 19th, and what we're like a month and a half, like I guess like 7 weeks into the baseball season.
Yep.
We just had our 5th no-hitter last night.
Yeah, we did.
Spencer Turnbull of the Detroit Lions no-hit the Mariners last night.
Good for him.
By the way, if you're counting, that's the second time this season the Mariners have been no-hit.
Mm. Is
But
anybody surprised?
not really. Kyle Seager is out, right? So that kind of makes sense. But the the weird statistic that I saw this morning, of the 5 no hitters, 2 of the guys have career winning percentages over 500. Wade Miley, who used to pitch for the Astros, now he pitches for the Reds. He is an 88 and 87 career win-loss record. And then John Means, he's 17 and 15. So he's too young really to see what's going on. But Spencer Turnbull last year, he lost 17 games. So far, his career record is 9 and 25.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then Carlos Rondon, he pitched for the White Sox. He pitched a no-hitter. 33, or he's 30 and 33. And then Joe Musgrove, former Astro, he's 30 and 38.
Jesus.
So I'm not sure like what's going on. I don't know if it has to do with like the dead baseball that Major League Baseball is making them use now. But basically, those guys that have thrown no hitters, they're not dominant in any form or fashion.
Nope.
But they just threw no hitters, which that's a great career accomplishment. It's a great, like, you know, you get to hang that on the mantle, like, hey, here's the baseball from my no hitter. That's pretty cool. But I don't know if any of these guys are going to be Hall of Famers.
No, not at all.
Right.
But I guess they just ate an extra bowl of Wheaties that day and
Right.
like something different. The stars aligned for them. The baseball god said, "You know what? We're going to give you a little limelight right now. You've been hitting a pretty bumpy career. Here's a no hitter."
Yeah, I mean,
and to see that he only threw 2 walks too for almost a perfect.
yeah, that's pretty good. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly what to say about it. It's just I just thought it was weird that none of them were any type of dominant pitcher.
How many games did you say we're already in?
How many games are we in? I don't know. I think we've been playing 7 weeks. So maybe we're like 50 games into the season.
So how many more no hitters do you think are going to happen?
Well, I mean, shit, if you just kind of do the math, it sounds like there should be 16 total no hitters this year. But that's a shit ton.
I
don't know what the record is for the most in a season, but
I'm gonna
You know, I would
go
imagine it's
over
closer to 5.
under 8.5.
I would say under.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
Say most no hitters in a season was 8 in 1884. The most in any modern season, 7. 1990, 1991, 2012, and 2015. But then also in the month of May, we got still 11 days left in May, and we've already had 3 in this month. That's tied for the second most in a calendar month in MLB history.
No shit.
Yeah. So, like I said, I don't know if it has anything to do with the ball. I know they changed the ball to kind of deaden it, which I think is funny that they're changing the ball to make it to where it doesn't pop off the bat as much. But like I seem to remember 2 or 3 seasons ago, Justin Verlander was saying that he thought the balls were juiced, and Major League Baseball was like, "No, we don't alter the balls. We don't change anything." And then they come out and say, "Well, we're going to deaden the balls so they don't bounce off the bat." So which is it? Which one are we doing? We either we juice the balls or we don't touch the balls. What are we doing here?
I like it when my balls are juiced.
So I just thought it was weird that they gave Justin Verlander like this. Well, I mean, I like it when my balls are not juiced. I'd rather them be drained periodically. But anyway, I just feel like it's weird that Major League Baseball kind of tried to make Justin Verlander sound like a bad guy, but in reality, maybe this is something they actually do.
Yeah. Again, this goes back to the cheating league. I think we should just fucking make it and just go with it.
I'm totally fine with it. If they're all over 50, they've all played in the major leagues, and they're all willing to do like steroids, HGH, methamphetamine, like whatever they think will make them better. Just do it all.
Are they still eligible for the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame?
Yes, because this league would be after that.
Okay. I guess our final topic of baseball, unless you got more to talk about.
No, I have something to talk about for basketball, but we'll save that.
It's finally happened. He's been just doing his usual shit, but now Mike Trout is likely out for 6 to 8 weeks with a grade 2 calf strain.
Yeah, well, we knew that was coming, didn't we?
He said, I never felt anything like this before. I felt a pop. And here we go. Like, he was striving for probably one of the best seasons by an individual player, in my opinion. I haven't compared the stats, but just seeing what he's been doing has just been amazing.
Could you imagine, like, we already think, well, I say we, most people around Major League Baseball, they already think that he's like the greatest player ever. Could you imagine what he actually would be if he could stay fucking healthy?
If his entire career from being a rookie to now, if he was healthy every single season, we would see numbers we've never seen before in baseball.
I agree with you. I think it's amazing what he's done considering how much time he's missed.
Yes. And that's
like you said it before the season started. You said, yeah, he's the number one candidate for AL MVP, but you're like, just go ahead and put it down in the bank, though. He's going to get injured. And lo and behold, it's a month into the season, and he's fucking hurt.
Yep. And now he's looking at possibly being out for upwards of 2 months.
Yeah.
Now,
ridiculous.
Heaven forbid if something comes out later today or tomorrow and it finds out that he needs surgery. Whoo!
Oh, yeah. Then he'd be done for the year.
Then Ohtani is right there to go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
You know what? I wonder if Ohtani did some Nancy Cardigan shit and got the old.
What did you say?
What's her name? Nancy.
Did you say Nancy Hardigan?
No, Cardigan.
So you mixed their names together. So it's Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan.
See, I don't know this shit, but you knew where I was at. I like Nancy Cardigan better.
So, yeah, Nancy Hardigan is some fucking mutant of all of them combined.
Hey, players fuck up too.
Hey, man, no, it's cool. I'm sure I've said some dumb shit before too. Just that was oh my god, that's great.
Tanya Harding and Nancy who?
Nancy Kerrigan.
Cardigan.
Yeah, it's all Cardigan. Hey, look, that's back when people would take a knee for real.
my.
dude, that's one thing that I just don't understand. What, like, it's terrible that that happened, but who gives a shit about figure skating for real?
I mean,
Right?
no,
Like, this dumb. Anyway, is that even a real sport? Can we call that a sport?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you one figure skater, and I
I
tried to
mean,
keep up with a lot of sports. I couldn't tell you one.
I
I,
guess.
there was that one hot Asian chick for a while, but
Yeah, that's Christy Yamaguchi,
Yamaguchi
or
her.
is it? Well, so like I don't know. When I was a kid, my mom liked watching all that shit. So my mom had control of the remote, so we ended up watching it. And I mean, Tara Lipinski was no slouch. I really liked her. She was super hot.
I thought she was the one that blew Bill Clinton.
No, that's Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah,
Yeah, she took a wad of bills for sure. So no, like anyway, that was epic combining their names.
that's what I'm here for.
I don't even know what we were talking about. I lost it so much.
Trout going
Oh
down.
yeah,
And
Trout being
Otani.
hurt. Yeah, that's typical shit.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Well,
so I have something that's not about baseball. You want to talk about
okay.
that? Do you remember Linsanity?
Absolutely.
Were you like a fan?
Um, I want to say I was a fan of his when he was with the Knicks. When he came to Houston, I was just like, meh, it's okay.
Yeah, like so I'm with you. I was a fan when he broke out. I thought it was really cool. Because before that, like how many Asians had we seen like really break into NBA, right? It's just kind of
Yeah.
Yao Ming, right? So I thought it was cool. And yeah, I was a fan when he was with the Knicks. But yeah, when he came to the Rockets, I felt like the Rockets like overpaid for him. I thought he was way overhyped. Like, because like, was he a good player? Yeah, but was he a star? No, I thought he was more of like a role player.
Well, you got to remember when the Rockets brought him on, the Rockets were the one that got China fans more
Yeah, and
involved.
that's
And so
true.
bringing Jeremy Lin in was another way of them trying to hype it all up. Even though he was born in Palo Alto, California. I mean,
Yeah, I mean he's still Asian heritage, right? So I
right.
mean, that's kind of where they were going. I don't know. I just felt like they overpaid for him, but the Rockets at that time they kind of had a history of overpaying for guys. Um, anyway, so he's retiring. Jeremy Lin is retiring from the NBA.
Really?
I thought it was funny when I read the story, like read the headline, because I didn't even realize the motherfucker was still playing.
Yeah.
And apparently he wasn't playing in the NBA. He was playing in the NBA's G League. And I read the story where basically he said that, most NBA veterans know playing in the G League is like a death sentence to their career. But he was a superstar in the Chinese league making millions of dollars, gave it all up to go play in the G League for one season to try to get one more shot to be in the NBA. So, like, there, it kind of, to me, that kind of contradicts what he's saying. He said that playing in the G League is a death sentence to an NBA veteran's career, but he joined the G League to try to make it into the NBA one last time. I don't really understand how both of those can be true at the same time.
Well, I
But
think he's
regardless, he's retiring. But the one thing that kind of sticks out in his retirement like speech is he said, "For reasons I'll never fully know, that chance never materialized." And I don't really know what he means there. I kind of feel like what's the most important thing to every NBA team?
a championship.
Exactly. Winning a game, winning it all. And so I kind of feel like it's almost to the point where NBA teams don't really care where you come from as long as you can help their team win.
Absolutely.
And he's saying that he thinks there's like some back rooms kind of bullshit going on to keep him out of the NBA. And that doesn't jive with me. I'm not a fan of saying shit like that. I don't know how you feel, but I feel like that's just a cop out for you not being good enough.
Well, no, I think you're right on that. I think he played in the league for 11 years. Well, I say he played in the league. He played in the NBA until 29 at the end of 2019. He won a championship with the Raptors, and then after that, he went to the Beijing Ducks, and then he went to the G League. So the dude is a little seasoned, but you look at his stat lines, and ever since he joined the Rockets, when he joined the Rockets in 2012, 2013, that was the best season that he ever had.
Okay.
Just looking, or I take that back. When he was with Brooklyn, he was averaging 18 points a game in 17-18 season, but that was only off of one game, so that one doesn't even count. The Knicks are probably the best he ever played. I'm sorry, I retract all that.
Okay.
But outside of that, he wasn't even a role player. He was a bench player that stepped in and gave one of the starters a break. From 17 to 19, he only started a total of 5 games. So that shows you how important he really was to whatever teams he was on.
Yeah.
So for him to come out here and say all that, like somebody's blocking him down from getting back into the league. No, sir, you're not producing like you were when you were a kid. You've been on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different professional teams, and your longest stint was with Houston. Like,
And I mean, and that's only because at the time Houston didn't really have shit going on for
right.
them. So I mean, I'm not. Look, I don't want to knock somebody who is clearly trying to make a career in the NBA, but I have a problem when people try to blame the reason why they're not in their sport
Right.
on some unforeseen issues. I mean, even his stat line, this is the G League, right? So G League means these are players that are not NBA caliber. They're on the cusp of NBA caliber. So we'll just go ahead and say this is clearly a minor league team for the NBA.
Yeah.
He was 4th in the league in assists per game, and he was 7th in points per game. I feel like if you're an NBA player, you better be at the top of both of those categories because you're playing against guys who don't belong in the NBA.
Yep.
So if you think you're still an NBA player, you need to be bringing it in that league, and he clearly wasn't.
And even if you're not doing it on the offensive side of the ball, be the leader of steals, blocks.
Yeah, and he's
turnovers.
not anywhere close to any of those categories.
And so the writing's on the wall. Like you're done. If you think
it's
that
cool, man, you had a shot and you can't do it anymore. It's not a big deal.
It's not. It happens to every single player.
Yeah.
There's just some players that don't know when to call it quit, and I understand that the drive is there. You're wanting to continue on this passion, but don't start being a sourpuss and start blaming other people for your downfall.
Exactly. I'm with you on that. This whole idea of people conspiring against you or this or that or the other, like none of that matters.
No.
What's going on now is you just can't cut it, man. Look, I know you're 32. You feel like you still have a lot left in the tank. I understand. Like I'm not knocking the guy. You got the drive, got the desire. You don't have the talent. So don't blame it on bullshit. Just kind of face the music, man.
Go be a commentator for NBA or Insight Analysis or something. Go be helpful to where you can still be connected to the game. Go be a coach.
Right. Like he's clearly smart enough. He clearly understands the game enough. I mean, he was a point guard. It's not like he never played in the league. Go find where you can still contribute to the sport that you love, man.
It sucks. I hate seeing players that were well known come out and act like little bitches. So.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't want to say it, but you're right. He's acting like a little bitch, man.
Fucking A, man.
What are you gonna do?
Well, man, another outstanding show.
I think that was pretty good, man.
Those of y'all who have listened this far, don't forget $25 gift card to your choice of a Fat Club.
Oh yeah, definitely looking for the $25 gift card for the fat kid food.
Oh, and I feel bad. I didn't give them their shout out at the beginning. I'll give it to them now. Once y'all are done listening to this episode, go check out our friends over at Alcoholics Autonomous with Justin and Christian. Great show, what they're doing over there. New show comes out every Thursday.
Okay.
You got anything?
No, I think we covered it all, man. I wrote down all these notes and we went through all of it.
Y'all know where to find us. We're on all things that are social media. Share us, like us. The next time that you're at your babysitter's graduation party, go ahead and, share us around there. Let them know what's going on. Maybe we get something going.
Maybe at your babysitter's graduation party, though, you wear really polarized sunglasses. You don't really want anybody seeing where you're looking.
Oh, you've got to, right?
Have to.
You might even want to wear some compression shorts just so the old thing ain't pointing in the directions where you're going, right?
Yeah, you definitely don't want that thing rising to the occasion in front of your wife there.
We appreciate y'all joining us. We appreciate y'all joining us for another episode of Two Wannabe Athletes Talk Sports. I'm Ed.
I'm Zach.
See you next time, assholes.